question. Now, I believe I know the answer, but there are people talking about this. Is the price of college worth it? The money you go into debt to get a $40,000 job, I mean, maybe you need to examine the paradigm of what you need to be studying and maybe shoot for a discipline or something. As students begin sending in their college applications, the question of how much is this going to cost me, obviously on everybody's mind. The average four-year college student graduates with about $30,000 worth of debt. So is the price of college still worth the return? I think it's a lot, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, said University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire freshman Chloe Kaufman. I have a couple of jobs. I have a work-study. I have an internship over the summer, says Alec Gaffney, UW-Eau Claire Jr. I have student loans, but I'm not too worried about paying them off once I get out into the job market. Although a tuition freeze has continued in Wisconsin, it hasn't made the cost of going to college any cheaper. At this particular university, around 8 out of 10 students apply for financial aid. 80% apply for financial aid every year just to front the bill. So is it worth it? Certified admissions advisor works with families to navigate each step of the college admissions journey. Catherine Mars. How are you, Catherine?
Well, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Good to have you on. I think I learned probably more about myself in college than I did because I didn't have a discipline. I would certainly recommend people have a discipline, specific knowledge to ensure better pay, such as lawyer, doctor, engineer, architect, things that, you know, are specially trained people. I definitely think is better than a general degree, wouldn't you say?
Well, I do believe that students need to, most 17 and 18-year-olds don't really know for sure what they want to do. So I highly recommend that they attend a college that offers a wide variety, maybe engineering as well as liberal arts, so that they can the first year or two kick the tires and explore, but take the basic core courses so that they are prepared for almost any major. And if a student thinks they might be interested in engineering, they should start out as an engineering major. It's easier to drop engineering than to add it. So I do believe that, yes, a degree with a focus is better than a general studies degree.
But you're right. How are you supposed to be real focused when you're 14 thinking ACT as a freshman? That's just hard, and you're just worried about social media and stuff.
Right. Well, I do believe that the kids need to be much more informed than they are, and I think parents need to have much more open conversations with their students about what is a reasonable amount of money to pay for college, what is a reasonable amount of debt to take on if you're a liberal arts kid. Yeah. And liberal arts kids should not take on debt. They should go where it's cheapest.
Okay. We have the greatest community college in the world, Parkland College here in Champaign. I just can't talk about the value of doing 2 years there and doing a pathway program to the University of Illinois. You're going to save at least $50,000. It is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
How there's any discussion how about what's better. I just think of people that say, oh, I don't have any money. Go to Parkland. You can afford that.
Right, and it doesn't matter where you go as an undergraduate.
Right.
It's what you do while you're there. So if you go to your fabulous state university for your last 2 years, that's great. Just do a really good job, because that's going to be the stepping stone to either your grad degree, your first job, or whatever you do in life. And employers look very closely at GPAs.
Yeah.
Catherine, I know that to me, my daughter went through the Army and they picked up the tab on the tuition, but we still have $6,000 a semester for room and board. And
right.
I feel like we should look at apartments, but they have this requirement for freshmen and sophomores to live in the housing, the dormitories. I mean, should we try for a waiver? How can we avoid all that?
Is she a nun? How old? I mean, I guess what I'm asking is if she's over the age of a traditional freshman or sophomore, then you should be able to appeal it and say, my daughter should be able to live off campus. And your daughter should actually be the one who does that.
Okay.
In other words, 18 and 19-year-olds, I agree, they should live on campus. They're not mature enough to make those decisions on how much money to spend on food and what time to be home at night, etc. But when they're over 21, they should be allowed to live off campus.
Well, she's 19, and sometimes she
So
doesn't make very good choices.
Give her another year.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just that we're incurring all this debt. And, when I visit with people about this and my circle of friends, everybody's like, oh, debt, schmat, you'll get to it, Diane. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I don't like it. I'm stressed.
No, it should stress you. In other words, what is she majoring in? That needs to be addressed. Because if you should not, a parent and student should really consider their major when they're going off to college.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're going to major in a liberal arts that's going to require a graduate degree, then they really do need to consider making sure, number one, where they go is cheap, making sure, number two, that the Career Center is going to help them when they get done with college, as well as help them during college get skills, internships, and summer jobs to help so that they can get a job when they graduate.
Where can you get money? Okay, you still get student loans?
You can, but I highly recommend that no one gets student loans. And if they do take student loans, they only take the federally ones, like the Stafford loans, the Perkins loans. Those have low interest rates. But absolutely, students should try not to take on debt. They really should try to go, as you said, to your stellar community college, get an associate's degree, and do the pathway into the University of Illinois.
Catherine Mars, how do people find you? You're loaded with information.
Oh, great. Well, they can go to our website, which is www.marscaa.com, and we will be happy to help.
All right, marscaa.com. And
right.
Mars is 2 R's because it's better than the darn planet. You've got 2 R's.
Yes, sir. I sure do.
Catherine, thank you very much for your information. People in this position certainly do have questions, so hopefully they'll contact you. But thanks for your time.
You bet. And
Good.
have a great day.
You too. You bet. Catherine Mars live from Dallas this morning.
Mars with 2 R's, CAA.com.
All right. Check your sports headlines now. 8:15. ESPN 93.5. Diane Ducey.